All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chuck Williams. I'm the affiliate manager with Tapestri, and tonight's going to be a very special training. These Monday nights are usually reserved for marketing training, and Danny Walker usually can host these. She does a phenomenal job. If you haven't seen them, go back and watch the guides and check that out. But tonight we have the co-founder of the company, Walter Harrison, CEO, on with us, and he's going to share with us the beta app. He's going to share with us some really good information. We're going to answer a bunch of questions about the app itself, and then we're going to close out with a very special session for you. So Walter, if you want to take us through a quick demo of the app and talk about the beta, that'd be awesome.
Sounds good. Thanks everyone. Thanks for joining this evening. Let me go ahead and share my screen. 2 seconds. Okay, 3, 2, 1. You are sharing your screen. All right. Let's hop in. So before we jump in the map and walk through this whole system, I kind of want to talk through the beta testers and why we wanted to do beta, what we were looking to collect, how it's going, and some of the questions that Chuck and many of the affiliates have brought up during this whole week. So the most important thing we were looking to collect was the location aspect. We really wanted to make sure that we were getting a persistent location feed 24/7. And thankfully, we haven't heard any major crashes. We've seen issues where people's phone capacity wasn't very big or their battery was already kind of low. But overall, we saw very, very few crashes. And I'm getting all pop-ups during this whole call. Forgive those. So let's jump into battery specifically. So I will show you what I see on my phone. So I'm in this app a lot, and you can see that Tapestri is taking roughly 13% of my battery, and I'm in this app all day long. The average that I've heard across all of our affiliates is 2%, and I've seen 1%. If you're a beta tester, do this yourself. Go into your Android phone, go into your iOS phone, look at what percent Tapestri is taking of your battery. Also, if you're on an iOS phone, we're very interested in knowing every 3 days, did you get a pop-up that says Tapestri is collecting your location? Do you want to constantly allow this, or do you want to change that? That's the feedback we're looking to receive during this beta process. You can feel free to throw that number in the quote, whatever that battery percentage is on iOS or Android. We're very interested to see what it is. The other thing that many people have said to us is the goal. So none of this was fully functional at all. So you'll see 360. I saw somebody else on the call saw 360 as well. For the beta purposes, we're not really looking at that at all. Country and eventually across the world. But me in Chicago land, I can see many, many different beta testers just from my own location. And that's the cool part about the app. The goal is when this app is live, I'm seeing a chat there. So when the app is live, you're only going to see other avatars when they're at the point of interest, right? So right now, you're going to see people who said, I went by a school and it said I was at that school, or I drove by a McDonald's and it said I was at McDonald's. The reason that's happening is we haven't turned on the dwell time. The dwell time means I actually went into McDonald's, I dwelled there for 5 minutes. Now I'm actually at McDonald's versus driving by McDonald's or having McDonald's in your backyard or having a Costco in your backyard or a high school nearby. That's a key differentiation that will be live. Other part we would say is avatars. I notice when I just look at them, don't have to be the dummy avatar, but that somebody are. I see a woman there, that's gray. I see someone in Chicago that has some red hair and some glasses, which is pretty cool. But just a reminder, you can adjust this by choosing any avatar you'd like, and we're ultimately going to add more and more and more. If you're seeing a high percentage of battery, that means you're actually inside the app utilizing the map often. So if I were to leave Tapestri, for example, open up Apple Maps or Google Maps or Waze, any app that's going to be location based, it's almost the same thing. If I were to drive to downtown Chicago, open up a mapping app and just let that run, it's going to drain my battery, and you're going to see a higher percentage of battery versus leaving the app, allow it to run in the background, not even utilizing the map unless you want to, which is great. Then we expect that number to be around that 1 to 3%. So interested to see the higher percentages versus in the app versus not using the app at all. But the whole point of this call is we're going to talk about marketing. So we have a lot of cool stuff going. Chuck talked about what's going to happen on Super Saturday. But the whole point of this app is that the average consumer, whether it be a user or a sophisticated marketer, could share this app and earn money and ultimately earn more for sharing the app as an affiliate. And we believe anyone can do that. When Chuck and I first started talking early last year about building Tapestry, I wanted to allow the average affiliate, the average person, share it with 100 people. And Tapestry is the app that pays. That is our marketing lingo. So I'm making money with an app called Tapestry. You can share your home screen if you choose to. It's ultimately your goal and say, here's how much money I've made. I'm using an app that pays. And you can refer the app and begin earning with the app. Hey, you do surveys? There's a huge app out there that pays you for surveys, also pays you for the data you're already giving away. You should use Tapestry. And we'll act like this is brand new. You've never heard of Tapestry at all. Kind of show you how we share the app. Let's start there. So the first thing I want to walk through for the beta testers, maybe you have not tried this, and I've talked about it multiple times about stopping location data for a day. The stat that we're probably going to go with for everything to stay active is about 90% accuracy. So out of 31 days or 30 days, we're looking for the average phone to be active 90% of the time, right? So let's say on average, there's 3 days or so where that phone's inactive. And how do you go inactive? So what I would do is I would just go here and click stop sharing. Now you can see that pop up. Are you sure you want to stop sharing location with Tapestry? You said yes. You can restart your location sharing at any point in time. This is fully functional. This has had to be functional for the app because this is how we give you, the consumer, the right to choose. So I click stop sharing. Now, what has happened? At the hardware level, Tapestry still has access. So essentially, we've gotten permission from your phone, your iPhone or Android phone. So we still have access to location, but we're no longer collecting it. So if I go back to the map, we can actually show you how that works. You'll see that location sharing stopped for a day. Please tap below to turn it back on and location services will be active again. So I can talk about is the ability to delete your data or delete your account. Ultimately, we're a company. We don't want you to delete your account. We don't want your users, affiliates who are on this call right now, to delete their account, but it's their data, it's their choice. So we want to give them that feedback and also give them the ability to delete it. So this is fully functional as well. I'm sure many of you tried it. It doesn't delete the app, it deletes the account. So it ties your email address, whether it be a user or an affiliate, and all the location data completely removes it from our system. And there is no such thing as kind of changing your mind. So once you hit delete, any revenue that was there, obviously all the commissions that are tied to your affiliate account also go away. So it's something that we take quite seriously. So when you're sharing this app with third parties, I would always take that into consideration. Let's also go into sharing the app. So this also was functional. Now it opened up to a link specifically. It didn't actually link you to the app store where you can actually download it. It's just linking you to your messages where you can actually share the app. You'll see at the very top that you see Tapestry and then a whole long digit of numbers and digits. That's a unique code for each sharing link. These links are live and they will last indefinitely. As long as we have Tapestry as a domain, tapestry.io, these links will persist. So you don't have to worry about 3 months from now, a week from now, someone open up the link. Is it still going to work? It will still work as a user or as an affiliate. So you can click refer now, and I have the ability to share something with Chuck, for example, if I wanted to, and it would go directly to him. Also, we ask you afterwards, is your sharing completed? So we want to know. If it says no, obviously we want to know why, but also if you actually click, yes, I did share successfully, we also give you the ability to change and share it again. So I'll say yes here, perfect, it was sent successfully. You can send another referral and kind of keep sending these indefinitely as you choose. You also have the ability to customize the message. It's your personality, you're an affiliate or you're a user, use your language. So some people are using the app that pays or tap into earnings. Danny is really good at this, so is Chuck. Me personally, I would utilize the branding of the app that pays. So right now there's a whole I would say meme or interest in the Cash App where people basically are sharing the Cash App, sharing money with the Cash App, and that branding has gotten pretty sophisticated. I would tag along that because it's kind of in vogue right now. This is the app that pays. This is a literal Cash App that pays you for the data you're already giving away. Customize that message specifically to your brand, your language, your age demographic, or whatever it is. And then ultimately you can post that on social, or you can post it in iMessage, Slack, whatever you use, all customized to your language and your messaging. So let's go back Also, for many of our beta testers or users, we give you the ability to sign in with Touch ID, Face ID. Some people do not use Touch ID or Face ID, so you have to log in. Interested to get your feedback there. You should have been able to log in successfully using that. Also, the ability to target out of dark mode to light mode. Not sure many people have used that, but let's go a second. I don't see Chuck here on the map at all. I don't see your phone, and I know you're a Tapestri user. And I know we also have a good amount of Tapestri folks here in this area, and they don't show up. There is a radius that's set in place for the data right now, so you're not going to be able to see that. But from where I am, I will see Wisconsin, I'll see Indiana, and also I'll see Chicagoland, and that's built inside the app right now. Ultimately, the goal, and this is why we're testing this now, you should be able to open up this app and see anywhere across the globe when people are at point of interest. Something else that's come up is, well, hey, I like the app, I like earning, I want to be an affiliate, but I don't want to have my avatar show up. We're going to enable that feature. We welcome your feedback. We will have the ability to toggle your avatar on and off. Your data, your complete choice. So that is how the app's working. We want to jump into specific questions for beta testers or questions in general on the app. I know a lot of questions have come in, and Chuck, you specifically have questions as well. But right now, from our standpoint, from a technical standpoint, we're seeing all the data we need to go live. There are a couple changes we'll make on the radius, which we knew we were going to do in general. Also activate the Google Maps API, which we did not activate as of yet. Over to you, Chuck.
All right, Walter, if you want to stop sharing your screen, feel free to do that. But I'm just going to pepper you with questions that have come in, and you just answer them as fast as you can. The first one is, how does it work? You're just talking about Tapestri in general. What would you say? How does it work?
So it's an app that runs in the background that pays people for their data. So what we're primarily looking at is core location data from your phone that's generated by GPS, Wi-Fi, and cellular. So let's break that down specifically. You leave your house, you're on your cell connection, AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, for example. We're going to be looking at that. If you're driving in a car, you're primarily going to be on GPS, or you're walking through a city. We're going to be collecting that location data. We're interested in collecting location data when you're at a point of interest, which is a grocery store, a Target, a gym, things of that nature, to understand where people go in the real world. That is our goal.
How do I earn with Tapestri?
So as it runs, great question. So as it runs in the background, you're earning money. So we're actually monetizing that data when we see that consumer just live and move. So great point, because some of the consumers or beta testers may think, if I go to more places, I can earn more. Or I'm not a good fit for this because I never leave my house. It really doesn't work that way. Unless you're never, ever literally leave your house, you probably wouldn't be a good fit for this app. But in general, as you just live your life as normal, you will earn. And as you share the app with the people, you'll earn even more.
What's the age limit for the app?
16 years of age. So even if you have a minor, let's say who's 14 or 13, and a parent wants to sign up, someone else, we still recommend the age limit be 16 years of age.
What countries does Tapestri support?
Right now, we support US only, but we have aspirations to be global. Next country we'll go live is Canada, and then we'll look at Western Europe and the rest of the world.
How is my data protected?
It's a great question. We are not tying your personal information, so your email address, or let's say your home address, tied to your location data. It's all completely encrypted in our system, utilizing Amazon Web Services, not tied together. And also, Tapestri does not monetize what we consider personally identifiable information. My name, Walter Harrison, I live at 102 Main Street, I do this for a living. None of that stuff is monetized. What is monetized is a unique ID tied to my phone, tied to points of interest that I went into Gold Gym or a Costco or something like that.
You addressed this earlier in the demo, but if the question's here, so I'll ask it again. How do I delete the app?
You can delete the app off your phone at the software level, literally for an iPhone or an Android, holding the phone app down and deleting it, that would delete the app. Also, you can delete your account within the app. There's a distinction. When you delete your account within the app, you're just deleting your account. You're basically removing your email and all the location data from your phone. But also, if you delete the app, obviously that goes completely away as well. But it's not a complete cancellation. If you want to delete your account, you want to cancel out your account, you want to do it within the app and then delete the app.
What do you do with our data?
We monetize it. It's a great question, and we try to be transparent about this up front. So we find your data, my data, all of our data is valuable, and I think people more and more are coming to realization about that. We monetize it anonymously, and we also do predictive analytics on top of it.
Does any of my data go to the government or any government?
No, nope, 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 and it never will. Even for noble endeavors, like a couple weeks ago, we had people reach out to us for COVID patient tracing. This is on Complimentic side, and we say no.
Where's our data stored?
Our data, your data, my data, all of our data is stored in Amazon Web Services. That is where our data is stored. It's in the cloud, and we have backups of the data. To get access to the data, you have to be one of our engineers. So I don't have access to the data. Chuck doesn't have access to the data. We're not looking at the data in that way. And this is applicable to any app, I believe, that is taken seriously in these days. Is an encrypted place that has two-factor authentication. So meaning I can't just hack my way in. I have to have multiple ways to get access to that account. And that's stored in AWS, Amazon Web Services.
Number one question that I got in is, when do I get paid?
When you get paid. So we pay on a calendar month. So essentially, let's say we launch on September 1st for your own data, you'll get paid on it October 15th. And you should expect, as you stay active, every single month to get paid on the 15th of each month, utilizing Stripe payouts, which is the same method you use to sign up as an affiliate.
Can a person download more than one device, say like an iPad and a phone, and earn on both?
You can download on both, but you only earn on one account. So it's one account to earn on.
Does a user get the same URL and back office as an affiliate?
No, a user does not get a back office at all. Everything will be done in the app, so they can see their earnings, they can see how they shared with the app with, but they don't get access to any affiliate or brand affiliate marketing material.
What's the name of the company that's doing this, and what background do they have?
So the company who's doing this is Tapestri Inc. So we are incorporated as that. Also Complimentic. We have about a decade experience in this, specifically in mobility. So if you search Complimentic or go to complimentix.com, you'll see a lot of stuff of what we've done, with primarily looking at consumers going to grocery stores, looking at consumers' behavior in the pandemic, predicting consumer behavior in the future. That is our whole business, and we do it anonymously. So nothing's ever tied to Chuck or Walter or any cohort of a user. It's macro analytics, which is our whole goal.
How much space does this app use on my mobile device?
So if you download the app, you'll actually see yourself. So it's roughly 30 megabytes on my phone. Obviously, it depends on your Android or an iOS phone, but roughly about 30 megabytes, which is pretty light. A lot of apps are 100, 150, 200, or some even a gig, which is going to require Wi-Fi to even download the app. And we don't want anyone needing to be on Wi-Fi to download Tapestri.
You may want me to answer this one, but I'll give it to you. You can do what you want. But what happens to users' referrals when they upgrade to an affiliate?
So when they, as a user, upgrade to an affiliate?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so if you're a user and you're sharing the app with your friends and family, and then all of a sudden you become an affiliate, you're now active to be earning. So anything you earn in retro, you're not going to be earning off of only from this point on. I'll let you take the other half of it.
Just to clarify that, you still get credit for those people that you referred before. You just don't get paid on their usage from past months. But all the people that you referred as a user, they're still your first tier now as an affiliate. And what's even more exciting is if they have also referred people as an affiliate, you're now getting paid on that second tier going forward too. Just not retroactive, but the people are there. That's just a powerful. Walter, I'm so glad you did that for us. That's just so strong. A person come in and start free and have all the benefits of becoming an affiliate. So great job. What happens when someone loses or changes their phone?
Great. So everything's tied to a sign in. So when I see people like Cindy and Denver on here saying they've logged in with Face ID successfully, which is great. So you're going to go, we get a new iPhone. The iPhone 13 is coming out this fall. So maybe you get the new Pixel 5a or 6a that just launched. You would sign in, you download Tapestri. Ultimately, it would primarily switch over to your new phone automatically. You'd sign back in. On the other phone, it would be deactivated. So it doesn't require you to do anything else, just but sign in.
And how do we know our personal data is safe with Tapestri?
That's a great question. So our business is not in the world of personal data. So if you think of some social apps or search apps or dating apps. They're in the business of personal. I mean, they're trying to make introductions. They're trying to tie you to a certain brand to show you ads. That's not our business. We don't really care about that information. All we care about is the point of interest that you visit, and it's valuable to us. And we would be very transparent. We're paying you for that data. So we're not interested in personal identifiable information.
Earlier, I asked how much space does the app use on your mobile? This is a similar question, might be the same, but how much data does Tapestri use by running in the background?
Yeah, so it's not really thought of that way. So we are collecting persistently, right? So what we're collecting is a constant flow of latitude and longitude signals from that phone. We look at it more as events. So we look to collect hundreds of events per user per day. We don't really weigh that in size, but we should be taking a very small percent of your battery when you're actually using the app versus not using the app. If you're using the app, will have as much strength as any other map. But when you're not using the app, we should have that 1 to 3%.
Would an encrypted phone be able to use the app and earn money?
No, so actually, I wanted to show that. I'm gonna try to throw off your question here, but I'm gonna jump back into the meeting, Chuck, if you're okay with that, and share my screen. You okay with that?
Yes, sir.
All right, so the question comes up a lot about VPNs, okay? So what I'm going to do, hold on, let me pull up my VPN, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna find it, I haven't used it in a while. And there we go. All right, and then I'm gonna pull up my VPN. You know, more and more people are using VPNs, and I think it's a good thing overall. So what I'm gonna do, I'm sharing my screen now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to leave. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna use my VPN of choice. I use ZenMate. So where do we wanna go in the world? Belgium, Brazil, let's go to Canada. All right. All right, my VPN's connected. And what we're gonna do is I'm going to see, where am I right now? I'm in Ontario, right? So how a VPN works is primarily routing a connection with an IP address. And they have a whole host of IP addresses that work, right? So they will base the encrypted phone or utilize the Freedom phone. That comes up a lot. Or they utilize a VPN. You can still use Tapestri. You can still make money with your data. And as you surf the web or watch movies and things of that nature, you're still protected there. We're not even in that environment. Our business is on the location side.
Great job, Walter. Thank you for that demo. This next question came up during the beta test. Can people in the area see my avatar when I'm at home or work?
No. So in the live version of the app, that's really, really important and crucial to our business. You will not be able to see people at their common nighttime dwelling at their house. The only place you'll actually see it, not driving, not on the highway, only at a point of interest.
How will the location in the live app differ from what we're seeing in the beta version?
It's a great question. So right now we have a very large radius. That's why you're showing up in places you didn't actually go to. What we're doing, and why we wanted to check this on hundreds of people, is we're going to fine tune that radius down. So you won't drive by a place, have a place behind you, and you get registered at that place. So some of the questions that come up a lot is, I actually visited Safeway or Sprouts yesterday, and I didn't show up as that place, right? That's because that map API was not working. It was not turned on. However, if you just drove by places, it could show up randomly. So yeah, that will be a function that will go live in the app.
The beta app has points. What do points mean on the app? Is that going to be in the live app also?
Yeah, so we're going to utilize words like points and rewards. So it makes sense. We want consumers to, early on, we're using words like events and just getting feedback. That word didn't really relate to people. It's more of an industry term that we utilize. But points and rewards is a more relatable term. So those are the words that will be utilized.
In the beta app, it also has things like get 3 referrals and get a reward. What is that going to be part of the live app, or is that just part of the beta?
That's just part of the beta. So you'll say things like tap a friend, earn $1. So it'll be very explicit about what you do to what you earn on the referral aspect, also on the affiliate aspect. But you're not going to, but we don't want you to confuse that with, I went to Safeway, I went to Costco, I earned X, Y, and Z.
Great. How do I confirm my data is on always so I know I'm getting paid after I've installed the app?
That's a really good question. And one of the best ways to understand if it's working, right, is to leave the app, look up in the right-hand corner or left-hand corner if you're an Android or iOS phone, and see if that location is still there. You can also go to your location services and actually see the permissions that Tapestry has with your phone, and you want it to show always. Bringing up another point, Chuck. So when people download the app, they go through the screens that say, Tapestry wants to collect your location. The first prompt you're going to see, specifically on an iOS phone, is this app wants to collect your location data while you're in the app. So you have a choice, allow once or only while in the app. You say only while in the app. When you go to the map, that gives us permission to collect always in the background. But another prompt comes up that says Tapestry wants to collect always, and you allow that. So it is a two-step system to get that background location on always.
Here's a question I get a lot, Walter, and it's an important one. How will affiliates get credit for apps once we go live? We have person-enrolled affiliates that are both active and inactive. How will we affiliates get credit for those once the app goes live?
Yeah, so everything that you're doing today, and we appreciate you affiliates and users on this call right now, thank you for your patience. That whole system is inside the app. They are actually talking to each other via API. So if I sign up Chuck or Chuck signed up me, the app knows that. And everyone that Chuck brings in on his second tier, the app knows that as well. So it will be the same exact system, and they're talking to each other. So that's why we can really much reassure you that when you share your link and somebody else brought you on, and that's being attributed correctly.
Great. And that same question, but just a little different twist. We have on the website, we have the place where they can pre-register. How will I know as an affiliate that I'm getting credit for those pre-registered people that wanted to know about the app when it went live?
Yeah, so as an affiliate, you have the lead section in your back office, and we have access to all those leads. We know who they are. We know when they signed up. We know their city and state or country or zip code or whatever it may be, and we attribute that to you. So I can log into my account and know that I signed up all these people, they pre-registered, and when they download the app, right, we are associating that with them, with you, tied to their email address. That's the most important thing, is when they sign up and download, they sign up with that email address, so we can assign that to William Cherry or Richard Reeder or Sharon, whoever it may be.
Right. Will there be any type of tax reporting, like a 1099 here in the United States, that'll be shared if we earn a certain amount of money?
Yeah. So here in the United States, it's $600. You earn over $600 a year right now, you will get a 1099 from Tapestry Inc. On the international side, that's why we're utilizing Stripe to really help us on that. They handle that process for us. So we're following all the laws and necessary requirements on that side.
How does a user of the app become an affiliate?
So within the app, there's that button there that says above the green button that says become an affiliate. Now, back to your other question, where, let's say Richard Reeder, I'm just using random people here, his names that I see, brought in a consumer and they pre-registered. Now Richard tells this person, hey, it's ready it's live, download the app. They sign up with the email that they were registered under. They're using it, they're making money with their data, they're pretty excited about it. Maybe they're tapping a friend and earning even more. And one day they wise up and say, it may probably make more sense to be an affiliate. They become an affiliate. That ties back to Richard or ties back to Chuck or whoever it may be. But they can go through the whole process to become an affiliate within the app, and we will tie that back to you as the individual as who signed them up.
After the app goes live and everybody can download the app without an invite, how will this play out for affiliates?
So they'll download the app from the store versus a link from us, from Google or Apple. So they'll be able to download the app. Now, for the first 30 days, we talked about this early on, we haven't mentioned this in a while, the only people who can get downloads are you, our affiliates. The Tapestry company corporate will not be promoting the app at all. We're going to rely heavily on our thousands of affiliates who've been working with us and patient with us. So they can only get access with one of your links, or you shared the app directly, whether you use a link or not, or they put in a code or not, we'll associate that to you. After that 30-day period, we kind of open it up so anyone can download Tapestry.
Great. And what happens if my phone battery goes dead, or if I completely shut my phone off, or I travel internationally? I know that's a few questions in one, but can you kind of address those different scenarios?
Yeah, so there's a lot there. So let's say you go in bedtime mode, or you go in airplane mode, or you turn your phone off, or you're on an airplane. I mean, these are all scenarios where Tapestry loses access to the location data, but we get flagged. So we understand if you go in bedtime mode, not a big deal. If you go in airplane mode, not a big deal at all. Turning your phone off, it will be the big one, where you turn your phone off, you're actually completely unactivated. We don't have a flag. We don't know why this phone's off. Well, after that 3-day period, that account will go deactive. So we would just recommend that you would go in airplane mode or go in bedtime mode or whatever that is. And that's the best way to do it. Now, if you stop, we talked about this earlier, the 90% capacity. So roughly we expect every phone, every user to stay active with us 90% of the time. That's how we make our money. We make our money when we monetize the data. When we start seeing gaps in data, so maybe we saw this user for 3 days and then didn't see him for 2 days. We're seeing them a couple of times a month. We don't have a full linear predictive analytic to understand how that consumer is moving in the real world over time. That's how our business works. So the whole point of this app is it stays consistent, it stays on. If you want to stop sharing location data for a day, not a big deal. We'll send you a notification once that 24-hour period is up.
Great. And for those who were on early, we mentioned the new enrollment process. Can you give the people during the live call here, what's the status of the new enrollment upgrade?
Yeah, so we've been taking in your feedback. We understand that some of the hiccups that people may have, or just changes and nuances that we can do and just be better. And we've got a completely new enrollment process that we've all tested, Chuck, Danny, and the whole Tapestry team, Giorgio, whom you guys met last week as well, that actually walks through the whole process in a much more streamlined, faster way. And that'll be going live in the next 48 hours.
And absolutely the number one question, when do you think the app's going to go live?
Oh man, I can't wait to get this app live. So the feedback that you guys have get, and by the way, that's something else. I will submit that beta feedback link after this call. So for all our beta testers who jumped on, you can give us your feedback. And we have all the questions laid out for you. So we'd love to get that feedback. We're taking in this feedback and we'll be going live very, very shortly right after. So the things that we'll be working on is fine tuning the range, which we talked about earlier. Is I didn't go to McDonald's, I just drove by McDonald's. Well, we'll just tighten the range a little bit. Or I drove by McDonald's, I actually was there, but I maybe did the drive-through. I was there for 2 minutes. Have a dwell time that's longer than 2 minutes. Right now it's 2, it's gonna get pushed to 5. Also, we're adding more avatars. We understand that the looks and types of people are more than what we currently have. So we're going to add more avatars to there as well. And then the last part is, for those who say, well, this is pretty cool, I want to make money with my data, but I don't want to show up on the map at all. So we're adding the feature to remove the avatar from the app totally. So you're never showing up on the map, you're just making money with your data. So those are the edits that we're making. They're all very quick, by the way. None of these are like rewrites or just quick snafus of changes, and the app will be going live. And the enrollment process will be going live in the next 48 hours.
Next 48 hours on enrollment process. That's exciting in and of itself. So the beta test form, how are they going to get that again?
You'll get emailed from a hello at Tapestry. So I'll send an example of it in the chat right now. Hold on. Actually, let me send that. This might be tied to my email. That may not work, but an example of it. Okay.
All right, well, we only got a few minutes. So you're going to send that form in email to the people that are beta testing. I want to wrap up with this. When I first talked to you and you presented this opportunity to me, I don't know if you saw the drool coming down, but it was definitely there. One of the things I asked you, among several things, was, can you teach a baby boomer like myself how to get installs? Because I know in your previous business, you got, what was it, 7 to 10 million installs? And I know I can't do
over 10 million.
Yeah.
Over 10 million, yeah.
Over 10 million. So I asked you, could you teach someone like me how to get 100 installs in a relatively short period of time? I think I might have said 30, 60, 90 days. Can you give us some tips from your viewpoint on how the average affiliate can start getting installs once the app does go live?
Yeah, so we mentioned this earlier. It's all in marketing and messaging. So right now, what's cool or in vogue is the term Cash App, right? So many young people are utilizing that app and making money, or PayPal or Venmo. These 1-word or 2-word phrases that just resonate very quickly. Tapestry is the app that pays. Hey, I'm making money with this app that pays. And that is the lingo and the wording I would be utilizing. And when you share the app, when the referral link that we showed earlier in the demo, you edit your messaging and you do some A/B testing. And so utilizing some marketing lingo here, but you figure out what works and what doesn't work. When the app's live, we will actually be doing this every single Monday. I'll be on the call, Dan will be on the call as well. We'll show like these groups are doing this, and here's the amount of success they're having. These groups are doing this. I think people can still do print and direct mail, billboards and QR codes, the Uber drivers with the QR codes in the back of their seats, the mom who's sharing it with their soccer group, or the business guy who's doing it, or the businesswoman. I mean, there's so many different ways to do this, but the most important is part of it is personalizing it via text message. That is where you're going to get the highest, I would say, call to action and marketing response. We've all been on Facebook and Instagram where people are just spamming links. Very, very few people respond to that. Our success has always been personalizing marketing messages to our audience, and people really respond to that. And the last point I'll make on that is when you're making money on your own data, when your account shows you've made $18 in your own data, or you share this with 10 people and you made an additional $10 a month, that speaks for itself. And that's the part that's our responsibility. Our responsibility is to put this app in your hands, make you begin earning on that app yourself. And then when you do share the app, people are like, I didn't make an extra $18 and I've been on all these search and social apps all day long. We're the app that pays.
Very good. Well, Walter, I want to thank you on behalf of all the affiliates for your time tonight and answering all these questions. There were a lot more that came in through the chat and through the Q&A. I know we've only got you for about 5 more minutes. So Michael Lanko, our second global in the company, just has built a great team. Michael, were there any questions that you saw coming through that you'd like Walter to address in these last 5 minutes?
That was an excellent presentation by both of you. I think you really covered the bases. I've been answering some of the Q&A questions and a few of the chat questions, but I think you've covered the bases. We're ready. We're excited.
Yeah, thank you guys. I'm just running through these questions here as well. I got a minute or two. I'll make sure nobody's left out here.
Walter, Dr. Brooks was asking, will there be a place where you can see a simple number of people, points of interest, or do we just see a bunch of avatars on top of each other? And I can tell them from my own personal app beta, I see the number of people in the different locations. So you'll have both. You'll see a bunch of avatars, or actually you'll see one avatar kind of overlaying the others, but you'll see a number in that place. So Walter, if I'm wrong, tell me, but that's what I see in my beta.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
Does the app use cellular data?
It does. It absolutely does. It uses cellular data. It uses cellular GPS and Wi-Fi. Where do I get a shirt like Walter? Here shortly. Does Amazon Web Services have access to the data? So they have access to the data, but they don't have read access to the data. So it's more like a container that's holding the data, but they're not reading the data according to their own agreement that we signed.
One of our new globals, Lynn Hamilton up in New York, asked, will I still be able to share my link via the email as well as through the app?
Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is a web link that gets created inside the app.
You want to expand real quick on the international expansion? We're going to do a call Thursday with some international leaders. You want to kind of quickly give people a real quick overview of your vision for international?
Yeah, so we're going to be launching internationally here very shortly after the US launch, but we do have a vision to go internationally very, very quickly. So the countries and the geos, and this also comes up from our privacy policy. So we get contact us questions or support questions that say, I see there's 5 countries that are already approved. What are those 5 countries? Maybe you yourself are thinking about that. And those are the countries that we're going live to pretty quickly. US, Canada, Western Europe, New Zealand, and really all English speaking geos. But Canada will be the next market that we go to right after launching the United States. And then we'll look at Western Europe, English speaking Western Europe, but that will also include New Zealand and Australia. After those countries are all live and it's working successfully, understanding that we're trying to make this as native as possible. That's why we're not just going to launch this app in Vietnam or Nigeria and try to Americanize it. We want to be as native as possible as far as language and also as far as that map and functionality. That's why we're launching the way we are. But I believe shortly by the beginning of next year, we will go live completely globally. in every country. And that's the plan. We also have an international economic model that we'll be discovering and talking about here pretty shortly that Chuck and I have been working on.
Walter,
Go ahead, Michael.
when we share the link for someone to add the app to their phone, is it one single link that will go to both Apple and Android, or is it two separate links?
Two separate links. So the app understands that if it's an Android app specifically, it will only link to the Android store, or if you're on an iOS phone, they'll only link to that store. So that's the way it's done currently. It will link to the store of your current phone. So if you have if you're an Android and you're trying to share this with an iOS user, you would just change the iOS link in there, but we will do that work for you. But the way it's set up currently, it will link to the store of your phone.
So we don't have to ask the customer, do you have Android or Apple? We send one link and then the app knows which store to go to.
Yeah, so it's looking at the phone itself. Now, generally, this is going to link to, it depends how you're doing this as well. So not to overcomplicate this, but if you're on the web, let's say you're on a computer, on a physical computer, and you share the link, ultimately, the consumer can't download the app. It's going to link to the store, and then they can download it and then activate it later on their phone. The best way to do it, I recommend, is to do it on your phone. So then they can literally just go to the App Store, hit the download button, and be off to the races.
Walter, we got several questions out here about bilingual Spanish, different languages.
Yes.
Address that real quick.
Yeah, it's something that we've thought about, and one of the key things that we're talked about earlier is about being native as possible, trying to make this not just like throwing a Google Translate button on your website, which I think most people do these days, but we really want to make this as native as possible. We're working on that right now. Spanish, French, German are the first languages that go live with Tapestri, and that will open up really most of Western Europe, Mexico, much of Central and South America, and then we'll talk about the rest of the countries and geos as well.
David Blood asked a great question here. I get asked this a lot too. He says, say someone signs up on September 5th or 10th, do they have to go through all the month of October and then we get paid the dollar on November 15th?
So if on your own data, you'll get paid no matter what part of the month you actually signed up as. You signed up on September 5th, you're missing the 5 days, of course, but you're still going to make money the full month and earn on October 15th. The minimum, which I talked about earlier, is $10. Now, if I share the app, so I'm already making money on data. I shared this app with Chuck. He signs up on, let's say, the 9th. It has to be 30 days for activity for him to begin earning, for me to be earning on that specific person I brought into that user.
You know, one of the things that really helped me to understand why that's the case, can you kind of explain the timing? You're getting this data, then you have to basically sell it, and then you're coming back and paying us. So can you just real quickly, I know you got to go, but I think that'll help people understand why it takes a little while to get paid.
Yeah, absolutely. So the reason is we're monetizing it. So we're looking for that 30-day window to be able to monetize it successfully, put it in the client's hands, and then pay you. So the whole point comes up as well is like, does the Tapestri team have the wherewithal to sell the data? Well, yeah, we've been doing this for so long. We know how this works. You need roughly that 30-day period to be able to monetize the data successfully, having brand new people coming on, millions of people coming on, and also people doing nothing or people doing a lot of things. We have that ability, but we need that 30 days of monetization.
Very good. And Larry Curse asked, do we reinstall a different app after beta? And Larry, absolutely. This beta is simply beta. Nobody's earning commission. They're not selling our data. It's just simply to learn a few things to prepare. Walter, one last time, and I know you addressed it earlier, but it's the question I get asked. I'm watching some of the chat. There's some confusion. We're in the middle of a live beta right now. It's going well, but can you give people, I don't want people thinking that you're going to be calling tomorrow and give a 3-day notice. Just kind of set the expectation of what you see as a potential timeline. I know we're not guaranteeing anything, but just so people have a better expectation of when this will potentially launch.
Yeah, so our engineers and myself will really encourage based on this beta. So we're over 200 people in the beta. We got all the feedback. We'll be sending this link shortly for you to submit it. The key thing we were looking for is significant crashes. If you've got a crash, please throw a comment in there. We'd like to know how and why that happened. But it gives us the confidence that we can really launch this thing. We're gonna make those edits. We'll give us a time frame. I would say give us a few days, and then we'll give out that 72-hour notice. But we have everything we need to launch this app. We're not gonna go back and make changes outside of what we discussed. limiting the range, making sure you can only see other people except where they're at a point of interest, giving the consumers the ability to not show their avatar at all, because that came up quite a bit. And I think that's pretty important. And we're going to enable that. And also that things on points and earnings, all that was just dummy, but that will get removed as well. So those are the key things. And also enable that survey, which has already been built. So give us a couple days on that, and then we give the 72-hour notice, and we're ready to launch this. We're not going to say, up, give us a couple more weeks and we'll let you know. No, we're there. We're at the finish line.
Well, and that builds right into this next question that I'm going to answer, and that is the Founders Club membership promo. The current promotion that's going on was established for all of us that saw the vision before the app was actually launched. Some of us actually signed up for the affiliate program before it was approved by Android, before it was approved by Apple. Every step of the way, it gets more and more concrete. Well, once the app launches officially in the United States, the Founders Club membership promo ends. Same day, it's over. So you have between now and the day the app launches to take advantage of this super promotion, which basically allows a person to pay the $9.95 one time anywhere in the world to become an affiliate. And then the next 12 months of their subscription is waived. So basically, they're getting 13 months for $9.95. Now, once the app goes live, all new people will pay that monthly subscription every month. And there won't be any more when the app goes live. It will be live in the United States. No matter where you are in the world, you can earn that dollar by getting installs in the United States. One of the things we train on Monday nights is how to use social media to get installs here in the United States, no matter where you are in the world. There will be different rates for different countries. So if you're in a third world country where your data just frankly there's not a lot of demand for it yet, that rate will be much less than what people are getting paid in the United States. So we'll go more into the international later, but I do want you to know the Founders Club membership is alive and well, and it will be till the day the app launches. One of the reasons we're having a Super Saturday this Saturday is to allow you potentially to be getting those last minute affiliates that you want to join your team. Again, I'm not saying when it's going to launch because I don't know, but we scheduled that Saturday, hopefully to help you make one last push before the app goes live. So Walter, any parting thoughts you want to share with the team out here? And thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time this afternoon, this evening, or this morning, wherever you're at in the world, to learn more about Tapestry, but specifically to get itty-gritty and learn the specifics. We're excited to put this app on your phone. So not just the 200 or so who are in beta, but the millions of people who are going to come to Tapestry from you as an affiliate and actually get this show on the road. So we're excited, and thank you.
All right, thank you, Walter. Michael, thank you for working behind the scenes as you do so well. Appreciate you and all the affiliates watching live or recording. You could not be in a better place at a better time. So God bless you, and let's make this happen. Bye-bye.
Bye.